Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to round 5 of Capital Football NPLW. Nice and sunny day here at Deakin, and a little bit of wind. We are live on Bar TV Sport as usual for this round's match of the week. Canberra Croatia will be hosting Canberra United Academy. Canberra Croatia second on the ladder. Haven't lost a game yet, haven't lost a point yet. Three wins in 3 games. And Canberra United Academy fourth on the ladder. I'm your host, Jeremy Magan, and with me, my usual partner, Matt Nicoletti. Glad to have you back. How are you, Matt?
Oh, thank you. I'm very glad to be back, Jeremy. I would say windy is a little bit of an understatement. I think it's pretty windy here, but let's see how it heads into the second half in that regard. But anyway, I'm pretty good. I should stop blabbering now. How are you, Jeremy?
I'm glad that you're here with us. We're halfway through the season, mate. And after today, every team will have played 4 or 5 games, depending on who's had a bye or not. What did you think of the first half of the season so far?
I found it a lot more competitive than I thought it was. This is my first, this is my first season covering NPLW, and I was very impressed with some of the quality as well. Like obviously I've been told, about the dominance and how great Belconnen are, and seeing them play 2 weeks ago when we cover them, they very much live up to their standard. But then you got the likes of Gungahlin United, who we've covered a few times, and they're very good. And then I know Canberra Olympic didn't get the result they wanted last week, but they've impressed this season as well. Then of course Canberra Croatia and Canberra United Academy, and then you got the underdogs like Wagga, who battle hard, and Woden, and Tuggeranong and Monaro put in a good shout as well. So I've been very impressed actually with the quality, and it's actually going to be quite competitive by the end of the season, with especially with Canberra Croatia, Gungahlin and Belconnen for the top of the table.
Exactly. It looks like you have 5 or 6 teams definitely able to go for that top 4. So it's something that we're really looking for. We have the referees right here getting ready for the game. The center referee will be Scott Boone. Blake Baldwin is the senior assistant, and Jake Perracullen is the other assistant referees. The captains, as you can see, Grace Gill for Canberra Croatia and Hayley Taylor-Young for Canberra United. As the teams are huddling up before the game, we're going to go through the lineups. So Canberra Croatia on your right, playing in red and white as usual. The goalkeeper is Alexandra Hinson, former Canberra United Academy player. The defense will be Alice Churchill on the left, very experimented, Rhiannon Fensom and Amy McLaughlin, in the middle, and on the right, Lara Agnew, which is the only change compared to last week's lineup. Cecilia Matic wasn't available this weekend, so Lara Agnew is coming in. The midfield 3, as usual, Jamie Berkeley, who recovered from her little knock at the head last week, with Krista Hagen and Grace Gill. And at the front, Brittany Palumbi on the left, Grace Field in the middle, who scored her first goal of the season last week, and Sharon Chao, who's our leader for the goal. 5 goals already. Will be playing on the right, so that's a good lineup for Croatia, isn't it?
I definitely think so, and definitely Grace Gill's one to watch out for. Like last week, she was just immense, very, very powerful on the ball. No one could beat her off the ball. She could just easily use her strength and her pace to win every challenge.
Exactly, and Canberra United Academy, on your left, playing in dark green, Isabel Davey in a keeper who got sin bin last weekend as the referee starts the game. The back 4, Alice Jensen on the right, who just got the ball, Catherine Teo, who's got the ball now as well, who's passing it to Annalise Grove. That's great, they're doing my lineup for me. And on the left, Talia Hampson. The midfield will be Tara Cannon, Meg Roden and Sasha Grove. And at the front 3, Alexandra Giddis, who's on the left right now, Sophia Christopherson on the right, and Hayley Taylor-Young in the front. Same team as last week.
And I think Brosnan will be hoping they put in the exact same performance as last week. It was a very immense performance.
Exactly, they such a dominant performance in the first half, and then they just had to sort of weather the second half and make sure that they keep ahead.
But like you guys mentioned last week during the game, when you're ahead by that much, it's difficult to keep that sort of intensity, which is exactly what you guys were saying last week. And I thought that was a really good point, because you could see you can't keep that for 90 minutes, as we've seen in the Champions League.
Exactly.
Like with Atalanta against PSG, they put in the first half, they were immense, and you just can't put in that sort of energy near the entire game. So a big part of the game is trying to conserve your energy.
Yeah, and they did that really well last week. And as we said, Canberra Olympic has been such a a revelation this year with the Sykes sister that weathering the storm and them going back was a good fit, as good as the first half for sure for Canberra Croatia. And Canberra Croatia is right now playing with a back four, Fensom with the ball. She's been immense last week. She would not let any ground to Ashley Sykes. Haley Taylor-Young and Sasha Grove combining. Taylor-Young from 25 meters. She's got a bit of space. She's going in. Just pushing the ball to Christopherson. Just to be behind her.
If she wasn't flat-footed, she could have been off there.
And Canberra Croatia trying to get that ball out, but only as far as Tara Cannon. And now Hagen can find a bit of air, giving it to Gill. A bit like last week, Grace Gill is actually starting up front, and then might go back to the middle a little bit later.
Rotation sort of reminds me of Gangala and how they rotate their players a lot as well.
Exactly.
It's always a good option to have as a coach.
Yeah, and I think that's also a good way to sort of put your stronger player on the defense to start with, and as soon as you find the breach, then you can put her in the midfield where she can have an immense influence, as we saw last weekend. This game is also a rematch of last season's elimination final, where Canberra Croatia beat Canberra United Academy to find themselves in the grand final. They beat them 4-1 here in Deakin. And yeah, they did what they do. They put a strong performance in the first half, going to the locker room with a 3-0 win, and then the second half was a bit of a 1-1. Canberra Croatia would unfortunately lose the grand final last season in the fashion that we know, a goal by Menos in the very, very last minute for Alcoa United.
Very good skill there by Brittany Palumbi.
She's been amazing last week as well, creating goals for herself.
She was one of the highest scorers due to Russ's statistics, wasn't she, for NPLW in Canberra?
Yeah, exactly.
Of the last 5 years, I believe.
Yeah, and then she also shot the penalty, so that also helped. But yeah, she's always been a threat. She's got a great left foot. Chao playing with Grace Gill a bit too much on that one. Catherine Teo can find Christopherson. Good defense by Alice Churchill. Now Gracefield with the ball in the midfield. Grace Gill wide for Chao. Not a lot of presence in the box, unfortunately. Gracefield is here now. She's found in the box. Meg Roden not leaving her any space. Now Palumbi, good pass to Gracefield. Peeled back to Palumbi. Right in the box.
Ooh.
Oh, don't know if it was a shot or a pass.
I was about to say that's a little selfless. I personally would have went for the shot.
For sure. David trying to kick that ball, but straight on Alice Churchill's header. That's a good ball for Chao. And Alice Grove will be able to get on that first. And Lara Agnew with the throw-in. Van Christa Hagen. Canberra United trying to clear that ball, but Gideas couldn't control it, and that's another throw-in for Lara Agnew. Sasha Grove can't unfortunately control the ball. Good defense by Canberra Croatia to get that throw-in again. And now Lara Agnew is going to open up a little bit, finding McLaughlin, who's going back to Fenson. Fensom getting Gracefield in the middle of the pitch. Fensom just avoiding the interception by Taylor-Young. Haley Taylor-Young last week was relentless up front, just pressing every single ball, going from left back to right back to center defender, making sure they don't have any time to clear the ball comfortably. She looks like she's about to do the same thing today. Meg Roden, good drag back. Grace Gill now with a little bit of space. She's trying to find Palumbi. Jensen's here. Sasha Grove trying to find Christopherson, but Alice Churchill is here. Jamie Berkeley and Gracefield unfortunately can't combine. But the ball goes back to Field, who finds Chao on the right. Hagen, so Grace Gill right in the box. Annalise Gross chasing. Good defense by Grove, good intervention. She concedes the corner, but she doesn't leave any space to Grace Gill. The first corner of the game, will be shot by Krista Hagen. Long corner, just over the hands of Isabel Davey, and Rhiannon Fensom could not take advantage of it.
We saw last week what she can do from a corner. Absolutely blistering header. Fantastic. That's one of the best headers I've seen in a very long time.
Such a powerful header she put in last week. I thought she was going to get that one. Isabel Davey just misjudged the trajectory and the ball got right over her gloves. She's going to be able to clear that ball. Good bounce for Taylor Young, and Fensom showing who owns this part of the field, but
well done.
Very good fight put on by Taylor Young. Fortunately, her pass only finalist Churchill and now Gracefield.
That shows you the tenacity of Taylor Young. You said last week how immense she was for her team. Look at her now. She just essentially just beat a player who was unstoppable last week, especially due to her strength, and she was somehow able to win that battle. So once again, another credit to her.
Exactly, and I think Taylor Young might have a little chip on her shoulder. She scored 30 goals last season, and she yet to find the back of the net this year. So I think she's definitely eager to prove that, even if it's maybe a bit late to score a whole 30 goals, that she can still have her name on more than one score sheet.
With this post-COVID schedule, I think that's a little bit harsh, don't you think? To expect 30 goals.
I have high expectations for talented players. Berkeley tried to find Chao, but she was offside. It was a good combination between Palumbi and Grace Gill right here in the box. But the Canberra United defense is well in place, and they're not leaving any space to those dangerous girls that we know up front for Canberra Croatia.
Do you think that's something they would have, obviously despite the big win last week, they did concede a couple of goals. Do you think he would have, Nick Brosnich would have sort of worked on that a little bit midweek, or would have mostly been on?
For sure. I think for all their talent up front, Canberra Croatia has conceded 6 goals already in 3 games. In 2 games, to be honest, a 4-3 victory and a 5-3 victory. So it's great to be able to win, although you concede 3 goals. But I think it's definitely something that he will want to work on. And it's interesting because they are very strong defensively, but they have those 5-10 minutes a game when they sort of, are a little bit less aggressive, a little bit less in place, and let the ball go behind their back. It's something that Canberra United can definitely take advantage of.
In 2 weeks they face Belconnen in round 7, so that is going to be.
That's going to be a real test.
That's I would assume he would want the defensive situation sort of at that point. Then. But it's not like it isn't solid. But like you said, there's little lapses, and against someone like a Belconnen, I'm really intrigued to see that matchup.
How good was the game last week, Belconnen against Gungahlin? Such a tactical duel between Diego Iglesias and Amedogo. Christopherson, who can get that ball back. Jensen only can clear it as far as Alice Churchill, or pass straight into throwing for Canberra United Academy.
There's the header.
Putting that header, exactly.
Fantastic header.
Jamie Berkeley can't avoid a throw-in. All NPLW games are being played this afternoon. We have the earliest game, and there's a couple of games at 3 and one at 3:15.
I'll stay on top of that as always.
You'll be on it as usual. Wagga City Wanderers will be hosting the Monaro Panthers at Gissing Oval. Gungahlin is hosting Tuggeranong, and Warden Western hosts Belconnen United.
I have to say, Jeremy, I've been quite impressed so far this game with Canberra United's their strength in some of the tackles. Obviously, they're a younger squad, so and on average their size is a little bit smaller, but they've definitely made up for it, which is great to see.
Definitely.
So even something like this
right here, exactly. Just
didn't allow her to move forward.
Proving you're right straight away. Good ball by Gill for field. And Grove is here to close in. Grove had a fantastic game last week, and she's still here, the oldest of the two sisters. And on the game preview that I did for Capital Football this week, I was sort of shortening this duel to Sasha Grove v Grace Gill, with Sasha Grove being young and super fast and great technically, and Grace Gill having a bit more experience obviously, and saying that the experience of Canberra Croatia is what potentially could allow them to beat a young team like Canberra United Academy. But Canberra United Academy is obviously aware of the experience that Canberra Croatia has, and they will do everything to make sure they don't think they won the game before they've played it.
Scott O'Donnell would have done a lot of preparation with his side heading into this one.
Catherine Teo's on the floor for Canberra United. Looks like a knock on the ankle. Got the medics coming in. Got the substitutes. And there'll be a substitution. The doc asked for a substitution. That's a bit of a blow. Catherine Teo and Annalise Grove have been really, really good together in defense for Canberra United Academy.
I mean, defensive partnership is all part of a good defense. Very rarely you can just have one really good central defender. You need one at least. You need it. You need two to work really well together.
Exactly, and they've started all the games together since the beginning of the season. So that'll definitely be a big loss for Canberra United Academy. She's just hobbling out right now. She'll be replaced by Daisy Canavan, who's entered all the games as well. And
another reason why I think it'll be a big blow, like you said, is because United are going to have to be a little more pragmatic, like we're seeing so far. They're going to have to be a little more cautious, counter when they can, just to especially after last week. I'm sure after reviewing last week's match on Bar TV, Scott would have been like, okay, let's the first 20-25 minutes, let's keep it tight. Let's if we can break, we'll break, but let's just stop the surge, because as we saw last week, first 30 minutes especially, Canberra Croatia did a lot of the damage to Olympic.
Exactly, and I can't agree more with you. Daisy Canavan had her first little welcome, having to run behind Grace Gill to make sure that she couldn't get to the ball, and now she's got Palumbi running behind her back. Palumbi getting into the box, and Daisy Canavan making sure that she defends well, trying to put her foot in front of it. Palumbi could find Gill in the defense. Left foot back in, and that's the first goal! That's the first goal for Canberra Croatia.
Fantastic goal right there from Grace Gill. Absolute bullet into the top left corner. That's what experience brings you.
Exactly, it's just half an opportunity really. Palumbi in front of Daisy Canavan over there, just on the free goal kick line. Sorry, I thought the ball was about to go out, but she turns around, gives the ball to Grace Gill just inside the box, and Grace Gill one control, left foot. Unfortunately, Isabel Davy was out of reach. 1-0 for Canberra Croatia after 50 minutes.
Well, you mentioned there that it was sort of like a half chance. I remember last week she did something similar for Sharon Chow's first goal from 30 yards out.
Exactly.
She absolute bullet hit the post, and then Chow followed through. But with players like Grace Gill, they can just create something out of nothing.
And so can Ailey Taylor-Young, who tried, and unfortunately Rhiannon Fenson was in front of her, and that's what Grace Gill brings to that side. She's been playing for Canberra Croatia for almost 10 years now, and something that she definitely does is every time she's in a position to shoot the ball, she'll try and go for it, because she knows that you never know where the ball is going to bounce back, and she trusts her teammate to follow always. Jamie Barclay right now trying to find Palumbi for Gracefield, giving it back to her. She's being chased by Jensen, but she got a bit of pace on it. She loves that left foot. Ooh. Great shot just over the crossbar.
From my angle, it looked like it was going to dip earlier than it actually did, but fantastic play. Another one we were saying, just a chance out of nothing, really.
And Palumbi, she just loves those left shot from just outside the box. Same thing, she won't hesitate to take her chance from that distance. Dovey trying to clear it out for Canberra United Academy. Alexandra Giddis, who's on 3 goals for the last 2 games, trying to get that ball back. And the academy is in place. They're making sure that they are not getting run over on the midfield like they did a little bit last week against Wagga City in the first half. That goal was really unfortunate for him. Sasha Grove, always very technically accurate, giving the ball to Alexandra Geddes. Good closing by Lara Agnew. Geddes was trying to find Haley Taylor-Young. Good clearance. No nonsense by Meg Rudden. Bit stuck over there on the left side. Long throw for Christopherson. Jamie Barclay was here. And the ball for Canberra Croatia. Bernard Fenson. For Hinson, the former Canberra United Academy player. She's trying to find Palumbi, she does. Brittany Palumbi for Alice Churchill. Alice got a bit of space, but she's trying to find Grace Gill up front. Annalise Grove covering nicely and finding Isabel Davey behind her. The ball for Tara Cannon. Gracefield was here to steal it from her in the midfield. Pass to Gracefield. Despite the obvious height difference between Annalise Grove and Grace Gill, the Grove sister just doesn't give her any space. Breathe literally down her neck to make sure that she doesn't have time to turn around. She didn't do it once and Grace Gill scored.
It's difficult when especially when you try man mark. When you have to man mark players, it's you sort of feel like you have to be in two places at once because you have to do your main job and then you have to do that job as well. It's a difficult task.
Jamie Barclay doing that corner kick, not short, but corner kick behind for Brittany Palumbi, who's trying herself from 35 meters. That would have been an amazing goal had it been in. They've done a couple of times last week. A couple of corners were played just outside the box because no one really defended them, and I think that's one.
A goal came from that, didn't it? At least one.
Exactly. Yeah. One goal came from that with Grace Gill shooting on the bar, and like you were saying earlier, Sharon Chao being here to follow it. Dangerous square ball in the middle. Interception by Canberra Croatia. Sharon Chao trying to find Gracefield. She does. Gracefield just outside the box, and Daisy Canavan with a good intervention. Sophia Christopherson finding Alice Jensen. The ball could have gone to Sasha Grove, but straight back on the feet of Canberra Croatia. Krista Hagen trying to find Brittany Palumbi behind the line. Good shot by Brittany Palumbi. Great save by Isabel Davey. Left foot handball save.
Beautiful ball right there over the defence. Absolutely beautiful ball.
Now Amy McLachlan has the ball in the back line, trying to find Sharon Chao. Good interception for Canberra United Academy. Meg Rodden trying to find Sasha Grove in between. Sasha Grove get the ball back. Oh, good attempt, but Amy McLachlan was here. And Jamie Berkeley can only clear that ball in throw-in. Haley Taylor-Young finding Meg Rodden. Tara Cannon was going to be closed in by Grace Gill. She's trying herself at a bit of a shot, but Amy McLachlan can put her head there. Alice Churchill with a little bit of space. Playing with Grace Gill. Three players in front of her, so she has to go back to McLachlan. Who's playing safe and giving the ball to Hinson. Back to McLachlan. She has space, no one's bothering her. Finding Krista Hagen. Krista Hagen trying another ball in behind for Brittany Palumbi, but this time Grove is here to stop that attack. Isabel Deauville a little bit imprecise at pass for Tyler Hampson. Now Grace Gill trying to find Palumbi, but Jensen was here to clear that ball away. All the way to Rhiannon Fensom, who's just covering to get a throw-in. Ball back to Annalise Grove. And her sister, Sasha. Good control, but unfortunately her pass cannot find Sophia Christopherson.
Right idea from Grove there.
Exactly, and she does that really well. Turning around, finding the space, trying to find the players behind. Good pressure by Christopherson, meaning that Sasha Grove can get the ball. She's got space on the right side. She's trying herself at a cross, and a header by Alice Churchill, who concedes the first corner kick for Canberra United Academy.
Okay, so we're over 20 minutes into this game, I would say, so far. This is probably one of the few times United has been in the box. Do you see them in the last part of the half attacking more, or still keeping it tight? Because it's difficult to predict with such quality, such an opposition who can just hit out of nowhere.
I think what they haven't tried yet is those long balls that maybe we don't love, but Tara Cannon and Sasha Grove are able to deliver such amazing through balls behind the defense, and with the pace of Alexandra Giddis and Sophia Christopherson and obviously Haley Taylor-Young, there's definitely something to do there. Canberra Croatia did it twice with Brittany Palumbi. It's definitely something that Canberra United can resort to, the pace of their front three. A corner kick will be shot by Tara Cannon. Big lot of size for Canberra Croatia in that box. Right in the middle of the box, and cleared by Alice Churchill and then Grace Gill. Alice Jensen trying to cross again. Christopherson, that's a good control to put herself in the side of the ball, and that's a cross that's deflected once, twice. She's getting another corner kick.
Well, mostly the entire Canberra Croatia team were back defending that corner, so you can tell that they aren't taking their opposition lightly today. They know they can be a real threat.
What we saw last week from both teams actually is that, defensively they got 10 players not there, and offensively only 3 or 4, which is a bit better this week from Canberra United. There's 6 players in the box right now. Another good cross. There was an unlucky header by Palumbi, who put the ball right into Giddis' feet, but Giddis couldn't shot it, and Hinson just dived and was able to dive and get that ball. Fensom finding Berkeley in the middle. Berkeley tried to find Chow, but Chow couldn't control the ball. Jamie Berkeley last week, who suffered a bit of what looked like a head concussion, had to get out of the field with a bloody nose, unfortunately. But Nick Bozinic said that she had a bit of a black eye from it, but that she was safe to play. I saw that she shot a corner kick or two already, which means that she's probably not super keen on letting a high play and putting some headers in the defense today. And we don't blame her. Good defense from Alice Jensen right there. Brittany Palumbi trying to find Grace Gill. She does. Grace Gill, little nutmeg, but can't follow through. And she got a throw in. And Jamie Berkeley to finish with her, who was able to find the net twice last season against Canberra United. Both legs, she scored goals on crosses, so I think she'll be keen to try and keep that going. Alice Jensen, who's conceding a corner kick right now, which will be shot by Jamie Berkeley. Last season, during the regular season, the game in Orker finished 2-2. And the game in Deakin finished 2-0 for Canberra Croatia. Berkeley raising both hands, meaning second post. Canberra United Academy can't really clear that ball, and Alice Churchill trying herself at the right foot, the left-footed fullback, and unfortunately over the crossbar.
You can see what she was trying to do. She was trying to hit a top corner. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. However, we've seen that it can work.
Oh, a little slip from him, McLachlan. Taylor Young trying to get that ball, but Fensom vigilant as usual.
Extremely important that you see if something happens, like if there's a little bit of a slip up or something on the grass or something, immediately Fenson or another defender is coming straight away to clear up the challenge.
Great teamwork. And Grove again trying to get as close to Gil as possible. You can find Palumbi. Unfortunately, Palumbi's pass is intercepted. And they'll get a throw in. Quite an intense first 25 minutes, a little bit over the half of that first half. Canberra Croatia wins 1-0 thanks to Grace Gill at the 15th minute. Canberra Academy is finally seeing a little bit of offensive actions in the last 5 minutes.
They'll slowly start to get more and more as the game rolls on. They just have to be ready for those opportunities and pounce once they get them, which they definitely have the quality to do with Giddis and Taylor Young, just to mention a few.
Exactly, and that's something that last weekend they won 2-1 against Wagga City Wanderers. They could have scored 3 or 4 more goals, unfortunately not being sort of lethal enough in the opponent's box. Something that, as we know, every team works and hopefully they'll be able to find the net with a few opportunities this week, because it doesn't look like they're about to have a lot of opportunities against Canberra Croatia. Lainu with that free kick, just played between our back four, McLachlan and Taylor Young with the press. What to force almost a turnover, but Palumbi fights well, so does Grace Gill. Now Christopherson get the ball for United, finding Alice Jensen, the pass a little bit behind her. No risk for Dovey. A ball a little bit too long. Fensom trying to find McLachlan square. We'll have a chip ball for Gracefield. Sasha Grove did really well chasing that ball down, dropping a little bit lower than what she's used to. Canavan and Grove playing, just avoiding the interception by Grace Gill was a little bit dangerous, and then that pass from Annalise Grove a little bit too long. McLachlan for Palumbi. Good closing by Alice Jensen. And then McLachlan can only sort of throw that ball away, and Sasha Grove was here to stop that attack. Alice Churchill for a throw-in. Grace Gill fighting Brittany Palumbi. She's got Canavan in front of her. Good defense by Canavan.
Canberra United defence reading play very well at the moment. Scott O'Donnell, I think, will be quite pleased with his side's defensive performance so far this game.
And we discussed that before the game, Matt. Grace Gill needs to be marked individually. She's so talented, and that's exactly what Annalise Grove is trying to do since the beginning of the game. Well, she's finding Gracefield now, and Krista again. Tarakanan shot was a little bit
of a...
Tarakanan trying to clear the ball, put it back in her own box. Yeah. Brittany Palumbi turns over the left foot. The referee showing offside.
Well, either way, they nearly ran into each other either way, so a little bit of a communication issue there. But
it was a goal kick either way. So.
But there you go, sir.
No love lost.
Not at all.
Isabel Davey with the clearance. Strong clearance. I think Taylor Young can probably now trying to anticipate those balls going through. There's a couple of goals that have been all the way to the other keeper. Gracefield chasing that ball on the right there. Finding Grace Gill in front of her. Gill fighting for the ball, but Tara Cannon can put it in throw-in. Anu for the throwing, she finds Chow. That'll be another throw-in for Canberra Croatia. Berkeley, good protection, but Sasha Grove is here to make a play. She's finding Fenton behind her. Really good from Field and Chao, and then Field trying to find Palumbi, one touch. Canberra United can clear. Tyler Hampson for Annalise Grove. Ellie Taylor-Young now. Really good pace by both Ellie Taylor-Young and Lara Agnew over there on the left side. Great run by Lara Agnew to stop Ellie Taylor-Young. Sasha Grove trying to find Meg Rodden, but Gracefield was here. And Tyler Hampson with the ball on the left. And we're going back all the way down to Isabel Davey, which allows Canberra Croatia to defend a little bit higher.
Oh.
Sophia Christopherson then able to control that ball. Emma Luckland for Jamie Berkeley. She's finding Grace Gill. Grace Gill outright for Sharon Chao. One touch cross, unfortunately, straight on Cannon. Ellis Grove, unfortunately, can only give the ball back to Lara Agnew. Gracefield fighting for that ball in the midfield. Brittany Palumbi, but the 1-2 is a little bit too long. Maybe a little bit of precipitation in those last few passes for Canberra Croatia. They bring the numbers up and they're trying to play fast ball, unfortunately not as precise as they would like it to be.
Trying to play little triangles around each other.
It's officially 3 o'clock, so I think the games are starting on all the other pitches right now. There will be an NPL 1 game played a little bit later tonight as well at 6:25 at Hawker, 6:25 p.m. Nice and fresh for Russ Gibbs and Lachlan Roberts commentating that game.
Russ is really getting the luck of the weather, isn't he? up here at Deakin Stadium midweek in the rain, and last week in the rain as well. And where was that, at Melrose last week?
Melrose as well.
And then now he's I'm sure it'll be nice and cold there at Hawker, especially if he's up on the scaffold or not.
Exactly. And it'll be Tuggeranong United FC against Gungahlin United. That game at 6:25 at Hawker. There was 3 games of NPL 1 yesterday, and four goals for each winning team. The Kuma Tigers once again Canberra Olympic 4-1. It's a great result for the Tigers after that loss to Gungahlin at the last minute this midweek.
It puts them in place for the top 4.
Exactly. And Belconnen winning 4-0 against Monaro home, but in Riverside. Gracefield trying to get into the box right now. She's getting into the box. Sasha Grove can't stop her. Try to cut back with the left foot. She's getting a corner.
Well done though there from Grove, pushing, forcing her out essentially.
Dropping down low to her box to defend. Really good effort. And the last game yesterday was a Canberra Croatia FC winning in Melrose against Woden Western 4-1 as well.
Let's not forget Woden Western scoring their first goal of the competition as well. Well done to them.
Exactly. Getting that monkey off their back.
And once the monkey's off your back, you can produce even better. So good luck to Ulysses de Silva's side heading forward.
Or we can wish them if they get some points as well now. Another corner played fast, but that was really good defensive effort by Alice Jensen, not giving Grace Gill any time to control the ball and try one of those shots that brought up the first goal last week.
I mean, Canberra Croatia management and the club must be quite happy with both of the how both the senior teams are performing at the moment, including the 23s as well. For the men's, they're doing quite well also. It looks like they'll be in top 4 of all competitions heading into the final series in a month's time.
They've always been obviously historically a great side in Canberra, and last season the women's team went all the way to the finals with what I was saying, that loss at the 118th minute in extra time. When I talked to Gracefield early this season and when I spoke to Nick a little bit, they just want to get one better. They just think that they're in a position to stop Belconnen's streak of 9 titles in a row.
They definitely are in the mix for it, but don't forget you've also got Gungahlin as well, who did get a very good result, and Belconnen scored in the last 5 minutes, was it?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
To get that draw. So I think we've got a few names to pull around this year instead of just the usual 2, which is, like I said at the start of the game. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, Gungahlin has been impressive. The way Diego Iglesias has his girl play. It's just beautiful, and there's skills, there's great teamwork. We've seen now in a couple of games really good defensive teamwork as well. They are now at top of the ladder, and they haven't lost yet, and they're definitely in that mix for the top 4 teams.
And when Canberra Croatia face Belconnen United, if they get a draw or a win, especially if they get a win, they are going to be more than confident that they can go on and try and win this title.
Exactly. Well done by Alexander Gidis right now, finding a bit of space. That ball a little bit too long maybe for either Taylor Young or Christopherson. Hinson not finding a solution too far, so she's just playing with McLaughlin, on box. McLaughlin finds Palumbi. Ali Jensen was here to close in really good. Gracefield and Brittany Palumbi trying to play together, and a good ball by Palumbi for Alice Churchill, but really good defensive effort by Sophia Christopherson, following her all the way back to her box. To her half, not the box. Isabel Davy with a long ball. This time McLaughlin does not sleep and is able to clear that ball out. Gracefield, Sharon Chow, 1-2 with Grace Gill. Sharon Chow is chased by Tala Hampson, but she's going one touch cross. And now Krista Hagen has the ball, just getting into the box, trying a shot, deflected and straight into the gloves of Isabel Davy.
Sharon Chow has been a little bit quiet this game, but in saying that, though, the majority of the play has come through Brittany Palumbi's side and through the centre, so which is interesting to see, because last week it all started down the right.
Exactly, and I think it's a good ball by Alice Jensen, unfortunately a little bit too much in it for Sasha Grove. I think we know that Sharon Chow always finds herself at the right place at the right time, but right now she's just stuck to that right line, probably trying to stretch that United defense as much as possible. I'm sure once her ball's going to start lurking into the box, we'll see her trying to score her 6th goal of the season, to be by herself at the top of the ladder. McLaughlin chased by Taylor Young, and now Churchill. Christopherson trying to close into Palumbi, but she can find Churchill again, and then Palumbi again with Grace Gill. Again, a little bit too much in it to be able to find Brittany Palumbi. And Isabel Davy with the clearance. Christopherson, Jensen. A ball that Gidis is going to have to chase, but Agnews get control of it. And the throw-in will be for Taylor Hampson. Oh, that header a little bit dangerous, that back header by Lara Agnew, but she's able to get a point throw-in. Taylor Hampson looking for Sophia Christopherson. She finds her. Haley Taylor Young in the box. Great shot, and Ali Hinson can stop that ball. Rhiannon Fenson get beaten once, and it's straight away dangerous for the Canberra Croatia defense.
Beautiful build-up play, though, as well, from Haley Taylor Young, weaving in and out of a few players, getting the shot off.
She's obviously got a lot of speed. Good defense again by Haley Taylor Young, be able to steal that ball from Krista Hagen in the midfield. Sasha Grove able to turn around with her skills, and there was a foul from Krista Hagen on Sasha Grove, and Scott Boone is coming back to that foul.
Fantastic piece of skill there from Sasha Grove. Made a sort of fooled her, bit of the football version of a dummy per se. Absolutely fantastic. You're starting to see Canberra United Academy are slowly starting to find their feet in the attacking third right now. In the past 10 minutes, they've gotten a couple of corners now. Have a free kick in the box. It's we've only got 3 minutes to go, so Let's see if they can make the most of this opportunity, especially if they head into half time. You know, a goal apiece for CUA. It'll help them.
Daisy Canavan behind the ball, a bit short for Haley Taylor-Young, who can get that ball with a little bit of a caress on her ankle, I'd say, but Scott Boone say play on. Isabel Davey with the long ball.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's just a part of the game. It's sort of the thing that happens. It's the ankles. It kills. It absolutely kills. But unfortunately, they're just a part of the game. Definitely wasn't intentional.
No, it wasn't. Christopherson trying to take the better of Alice Churchill. She does.
Ooh.
Tackle by Alice Churchill. The referee says the tackle was on the ball. It was on the ball, but she took a little bit of Christopherson with it. Canberra United Academy gets the throw in.
Well, yeah, from my point of view, it's sort of it could have easily been called either way, but I think with her getting up immediately, sort of would have helped the rest of the decision there.
It might have had a call for a handball there, but it was definitely involuntary, and it's another throw-in for Canberra United Academy, and Alice Jensen trying herself at the long ball. That'll be a threat for Canberra Croatia now. Coming back to Sasha Grove, little piece of skill in the midfield there earlier on before the free kick. That brought a goal last week. The exact same situation, being able to turn around, putting herself on the left foot and the ball through for the other side. Unfortunately, this week she couldn't find Giddes. And now with a little bit over 2 minutes to play, the ball in the arms of Hinson. Finding Sharon Chow. Ellen Fenson.
We talked about how Scott O'Donnell would be impressed with his side's defensive structure today. I also think Nick Brosnich would be happy with how his side has handled his defence. They've rarely let anything through. When they have, they've sort of nullified the attack to sort of shots from the edge of the box per se.
Very composed. That's a really good little drag back by Haley Taylor-Young, who was able to get rid of Rhiannon Fenson, but then couldn't find Christopherson quite in the right spot. Alice Churchill was able to stop Christopherson, and then Brittany Palumbi finding with Sasha Grove gets the throw-in. McLaughlin clearing all the way to Grace Gill, and now she's got a little bit of space. Daisy Canavan chasing. Grace Gill using her shoulder to keep the ball. Krista Hagen finding Brittany Palumbi square. Palumbi pass unfortunately right on Annalise Grove. Amy McLaughlin trying to find Brittany Palumbi again. She's got two United players around her, and they get the ball back. In the last minute of the first half, Alice Jensen, she's got Sophia Christopherson next to her. Sophia Christopherson with the ball for Taylor-Young, but Fenson was here. Oh, that was a good pass by Grace Field, but Talia Hampson was here to intercept it, and that second ball is just outside. There'll be a free kick on Grace Field for that intervention by Talia Hampson, a little bit too late.
Officially into stoppage time.
Indeed. A good ball by McLaughlin for Grace Gill on the left side. She's facing Canavan, giving the ball to Brittany Palumbi. Brittany Palumbi loves to shot from a distance, but unfortunately that ball glancing wide.
Score update: Wagga City Wanderers are currently leading Monaro 2-0 in the NPLW.
Wow.
Tuggeranong and Gungahlin are 0-0 at the moment. And 1 second, I'll get you the other score.
Very good for Wagga City Wanderers. Finally getting that first sort of lead at home. They've lost to both Canberra Croatia and Canberra Olympic at Gissing Oval.
Well, that's actually all I have. I forgot that the Belconnen Woden Western game starts at 3:15.
Oh, indeed. And that's the halftime here at Deakin, resolved by Scott Boone. Entertaining first half. Two teams well in place, Matt.
No, look, they certainly were, and it's difficult to say because Canberra Croatia definitely came out and they were quite dominant in per se, but you would say Canberra United have done well in their regard to keep their shape, be a little pragmatic, launch when they can. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half. I'm sure Canberra Croatia will still continue to dominate possession, and it'll be interesting to see if Canberra United can create themselves a few more chances in that regard.
Exactly, and I don't think we've seen either team really dominated the midfield either, so that's going to be a key of the second half. And if Canberra United are able to put those balls behind the Canberra Croatia defense, I think Heli Taylor-Young, Alexander Gidis, or Sofia Kristoffersen will have more than one opportunity to score the goal. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. Welcome back here at Deakin for the second half between Canberra Croatia and Canberra United Academy. The first half finished at 1-0, a goal from Grace Gill at the 14th minute for Canberra Croatia. And we see the referees coming back on the field and both teams ready. Canberra Croatia playing in red on your left and Canberra United Academy on the right in green. Matt, what do you think one of the keys to that second half will be?
For either side? Okay, so for either side, like I said, I think for Canberra Croatia, just keep to their game, and what's also important for them is to keep on top of their defensive performance like they have. Like they have not taken... Sorry, the other way around. Sorry, I meant to say they have taken Canberra United extremely seriously, especially in defending. They're sweeping up as much as they can. If someone gets beaten, they'll immediately sweep it up. For Canberra United Academy, they still have to keep it tight. But like you said, I agree with you. They need to hit a few more balls over, use the speed they have to try and get in behind, because trying to go through them at the moment seems extremely difficult. And we all know how strong, especially the Canberra Croatia backline is, and they rarely let anything through. But like you said, if you can hit it over the top and use the speed of Taylor Young and Giddis and Christopherson, it can... It could reap the rewards for CUA Academy, but they need to keep the shape of the back also.
Indeed, and we see now already the first attack for Canberra Croatia, who's well cleared by Liz Jensen. Overcast here in Deakin, and we're
few drops of rain.
Feeling the first few drops of rains indeed, and a nice and windy afternoon.
Well, look at the rewards. Look at this nice green pitch.
Indeed, that was a bit of a dangerous ball in the middle of the box there, but well cleared by Canberra United Academy. Krista Hagen trying to find Jimmy Berkeley, who was not offside. Also clearing the ball. Also
good to see all the games going ahead this weekend.
Indeed. Still a game that hasn't been played from last week between Wood and Western and Monaro.
The second half.
Mm-hmm.
What has that been? No, we haven't heard anything about that rescheduling.
Not
Interesting.
sure yet, no.
And then we've also still got one NPL 2 game to go, O'Connor Knights v Narrabundah, which I think is happening midweek at Hawker on Wednesday, I think. So that should be interesting in that regard. And we mentioned before how much more competitive the W League, the NPLW is this season as well. Like I said, it's just like the NPL2.
Jamie Buckley just find Palumbi in the box. Palumbi trying to get it back to Grace Gill. She does. Great save by Isabel Davey, and Sharon Chow was not able to score her 6th goal of the season.
What a save by Isabel Davey. You would have put money though on Brittany Palumbi getting to that corner a little bit quicker to put it in, but all credit to Davey there. Absolutely incredible save. You thought a lot of people would have thought that would have went in, but that's and not only is it a good save, it also gives the keeper way more confidence in the game. Not that they wouldn't have it, but it just gives them that extra bit of invincibility that is very important.
It's a good ball by Tasha Grove, just a little bit too much in it for Giddis, who still prevents it from going out for the goal kick.
That's exactly what you're talking about, Jeremy. That's exactly what Canberra United need to do, and that was a very dangerous moment of the match there. If they can get a few more of those, and see how she was able to break away as well. Christopherson, I think it was, on the right. Mm-hmm. If they can do a few more of those, we could see a goal from them.
Definitely be rewarded. Yeah, to come back to that Grace Gill chance. It's not often that Grace Gill will lose a one-on-one against the goalkeeper. So Isabel Davey, like you said, will have her confidence definitely boosted by that beautiful save.
What was impressive about that save was she just got the whole body involved, a hit off the stomach, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it's great to see when keepers they're just like throwing all caution in the wind to make a save, because at the end of the day, it seems like these days people only want their keepers to be silky on the ball. Exactly. But what matters most, Jeremy, in terms of a keeper? Saving.
Make sure the ball doesn't hit your nets. We're witnessing again some really good skills by Sasha Grove. That's a great shot. That's a goal. What a goal. What a beautiful goal. That's Daisy Canavan, I think, the substitute at the beginning of the game.
Well, that caught me off guard. What a fantastic strike.
She just felt it, didn't she? Just pushed the ball a little bit, had a bit of space in front of her in the midfield. than 40 meter far from the goals.
Would you say that's as far out as Grace Gill's hit the post last week? You would say further?
Yeah, I think it reminds me of maybe the goal of Rhiannon Daisley for Tuggeranong United in Monaro 3 weeks ago. Beautiful shot from 35 or 40 meter wide even, right over the gloves of Hinson and in the top left corner.
Now let's see how this changes the complexion of the game. Canberra Croatia going to get rattled and get a little bit complacent in the back to go all out attack, or are they going to try and bounce back immediately? Now let's see what Canberra United would. If I'm assuming Canberra United will keep the exact same game plan they had coming into the second half, that would be best for them.
They're pressing a little bit higher indeed, and they're trying to get those balls as early as possible and trying their chance at shooting from far. Was it the second or the third shot on target? Beautiful attempt. Rhiannon Fenson trying to bring some energy back into that Canberra Croatia side, but Krista Hagen's pass was just not precise enough, and there's a throw-in for Sofia Christopherson. She finds Sasha Grove, good turnaround, but Gracefield was yet to stop her. Rhiannon Fenson for McLaughlin. Taylor Young's not far as usual. Rhiannon Fenson is trying to find Grace Gill far on the right side. Grace Gill bringing the ball to herself. Great defense by Annalise Grove. Who's able to clear that ball to the side.
Just get your body in front of the ball. Fantastic.
What a game by Annalise Grove. She's been outstanding last week, and what she did really well last week, and we haven't seen it yet today, is sometimes she gets the ball and she just decides to run with the ball herself and to break the first line of defense so she can bring the offense for Canberra United. A little bit risky by Isabel Davey, that one, wasn't it?
That could have been very risky.
Instead of trying to control the ball straight away, she let the ball bounce on her foot and then had to dive in it. Palumbi trying to get the ball, but the goal scorer Daisy Canavan was here, and she finds Meg Roden, who's got Tarakan on her side. Look at that run for Taylor Young. Unfortunately, that ball was kicked a little bit too early, straight in the gloves of Hinson. Hinson, who won't be happy with that goal going just over her. Long ball by Fenson, but unfortunately Gracefield is offside. Christopherson's got the ball. Laranyo behind her. Great ball by Christopherson trying to find Taylor Young or Gillies, but Alice Churchill was here to clear it. It's throwing again, this time for Tyler Hampson. It's trying to get Sasha Grove in space, but Laranyo was here to head that back out. This time she finds Sasha Grove, and again a great control to turn around. Could not get Taylor Young, and Gracefield can combine with Grace Gill to get the ball back out. Good turnaround by Gracefield, finding Krista Hagen and Grace Gill. Grace Gill on the right, not a lot of support. Good work by Daisy Canavan, but Grace Gill is able to find Sharon Chow, who's unfortunately offside. This time it's Daisy Canavan sticking to Grace Gill's boots.
Interesting again, Sharon Chow to sort of come through the middle, and they're sort of bringing Grace Gill out to the wing. It's interesting sort of tactic that has only really led in offside so far, so we'll see if they change that up a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're probably a bit taken aback by the intensity of Canberra United Academy in that second half.
Well, that's the thing. The game has just been unexpectedly turned on its head. And when we mean unexpectedly, we mean a goal out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. And that speech from Scott McDonald might have worked if he said, try your chances from outside the box.
Sorry, Scott McDonald, yeah. Alta Sport.
Grace Gill. I apologise if you can't understand my French accent, Matt Nicoletti. I'll type it.
No, I tuned out the first bit. I thought you were talking about Scott O'Donnell. I'm like, Scott O'Donnell, not Scott McDonald. Oh yeah, that's right. Former Socceroo, had a good career at Celtic as well.
He's now a new commentator. I was commenting the Champions League earlier this week with Simon Hill.
It'll be interesting to see if that actually becomes a permanent thing. This Optus commentary.
Grace Gill now trying chance at the back, and that's a goal from Grace Gill. If it works one way, it might work the other. Great goal by Grace Gill.
We are only seeing fantastic goals at the moment in this match.
What a game it is.
Belters from outside the box. Fantastic goal from Grace Gill.
Same thing, she finds herself with a bit of space between 30 and 25 meters, and she just tries herself. The ball just under the bar, too high for Isabel Davey. And that's now 2-1 for Canberra Croatia. 2 goals for Grace Gill. And seeing now that Grace Gill has scored her second goal, it looks like she's dropping in the midfield, and Jamie Barkley is playing all the way up. Something that we saw last week with Gracefield. Straight away, the tactical change for Canberra Croatia.
Okay, I have a few interesting score updates for you from around the grounds. Our first update from Melrose for Woden Western versus Belconnen United. Ahmed El Ghul's men, Belconnen United, are up 3-0 over Woden Western with 17 minutes gone. Cambrian.
There's a good ball behind the defense there for Sharon Chow. She's got a bit of space. Gracefield trying to get in front, but the ball goes back to Jamie Berkeley, who tried to get her third goal in 4 games against Canberra United, but was stopped. Keep going, Matt.
So Gungahlin United and Tuggeranong United still at 0-0, and then Monaro has beginning a comeback. Actually, it is 2-1 over there. 37 minutes gone. Monaro starting that comeback. Looks to be a very, very competitive back and forth game at the moment.
Looking forward to watch those games on Bar TV once that one is over. Christopherson being able to turn around. Christopherson tried to find Eitalong in the middle, but good defense for Canberra Croatia. Yeah, that Tuggeranong Gungahlin game would be interesting with Emma Stanbury, the new recruit at Tuggeranong, the Westfield W League player for Canberra United, now signing in the Valley. I spoke with Rhiannon Daisley earlier this week and with Michael Algert as well, and they were telling me that during that bye week that they had last weekend, they basically had a bit of a hard chat between themselves, saying that the reason why they don't have any points yet, or they have 1 point, sorry, but they don't have any win yet, is just their own doing, and that they have to not look for excuses but just play a bit harder and bring a bit more intensity, which is all positives for the Greens.
And in terms of the other score we mentioned, Belco, even though Woden have done quite well this season, unfortunately they're seeing an absolute steam train today, especially after the fact that they didn't get the win against Gungahlin United. Means Ahmed El Ghul's men would be raring to go.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's what Ahmed El Ghul would have told the girls, like, you haven't won last week after scoring 17 goals in the first 2 games. It's time to get back out and to show that we are the crown bearer. The game keeps going here, and again, very good press by the Canberra United Academy team to leave little space for Gracefield and Lara Anu, but Canberra Croatia is able to keep that ball. And now Jamie Berkeley, who's back in the midfield with Grace Gill back in the top 3, dropping right now. Inson trying to find Berkeley in the middle of the park, a little bit dangerous, and Canberra United can get the ball back. Alexandra Giddis trying to look for Taylor Young. Christopher can get the ball back. That's good tackle for Lara Anu. Now Sharon Chow on the side. Rhiannon Fenton, excuse me. Gracefield back down to Amy McLachlan, who's trying to find Brittany Palumbi, whose control was a little bit too long. And Canberra United will have a free throw in, on their right side. Brittany Palumbi trying to find Grace Gill, but Grace Gill did not believe in that one, and Daisy Canavan protected the ball and got a throw in. Grace Gill trying to turn around. She does turn around, keeps the ball, find Gracefield. Krista Hagen, but really good defense by Annalise Grove. Not really good. Free kick.
What was that free kick given for?
Maybe the fact that there was two players behind Krista Hagen, but and it's such a dangerous opportunity when you got Grace Gill behind the ball. She's on her for her trick right now.
I mean, in saying that though, I don't think the tackle was that bad. But now that I hear you saying that, two people, I guess that makes sense. But if I was Scott O'Donnell, if there's a goal from this, I wouldn't be happy.
Grace Gill trying to straight away. Oh, it was a great free kick on the box and on the crossbar. Sorry, and then the volley from Jamie Bagley on the crossbar as well. Wow.
I do. Usually, what do they say? Third time's a charm. They never got the chance for a third try. So,
it might be coming now. A pass for Berkeley. Palumbi in the box, just giving the ball to Gracefield, right in the gloves of Isabel Davey. What a double chance, triple chance even for Canberra Croatia right now. Free kick with Grace Gill behind the ball will always be dangerous. And on the other side, Rhiannon Pensum resisting well to Christopherson. Sharon Chow finding Grace Gill trying to turn around. Good control to eliminate Annalise Grove, but Daisy Canavan was there to cover. Great free kick by Grace Gill right onto the crossbar, and then Jamie Berkeley, beautiful volley, crossbar again. Daisy Canavan trying to open the game for Canberra United Academy and looking for Aisnola Giddis, but the ball went straight to throw in for Canberra Croatia. Just before the free kick, I was about to say that the intensity has dropped a little bit in the last 5 minutes. Put it back up.
That edge will.
Still 2-1 for Canberra Croatia here in Deakin. Just under half an hour left to play. Grace Gill has scored both goals for Canberra Croatia. One inside the box and one from 25 meter wide. And Daisy Canavan scored a screamer from 40 meters away for Canberra United Academy. Long throwing for Gracefield. We just haven't seen Hayley Taylor young enough, have we? They're having a hard time finding her. They're definitely not finding her in space.
In saying that though, Canberra Croatia have done well to mark her out of the game per se.
Oh, indeed. They're doing the work to make sure that we can't find her. Alice Churchill putting her head there, making sure that the ball doesn't get to Giddis, and then she finds Palumbi on the side. Palumbi against Jensen, but Jensen gets the better of it. And now Tara Cannon. A bit too much in that ball for Taylor Young, but Christopherson can get that ball. Ooh, bit of a shock with Hinson. And she was offside anyway. McLaughlin with that free kick. Right on Gill's feet. Brittany Palumbi, great piece of skill. And 1-2 with Jamie Berkeley, but a little bit too much in that pass by Berkeley. Alice Churchill trying to change the game for Sharon Chow. Tyler Hampson will clear the ball for Sophia Christopherson, but Lara Agnew is here. Great work by Lara Agnew keeping the ball in the field. And Hampson can clear it. Rhiannon Fenson found Krista Hagen, Jamie Berkeley. Brittany Palumbi, who tried to put the ball in one touch. Now the ball goes back to Grace Gill. She's in the box. Little back heel for Brittany Palumbi. Brittany Palumbi the shot, and that's a goal! What a beautiful goal by Brittany Palumbi. And that's a third goal in 2 weeks for Brittany.
And that is what the Canberra Croatia faithful have come to expect from her. Being the top scorer of Russell stats for the last years, and that's the first goal in the box today, is it?
Indeed, it is.
First goal from inside the box.
Grace Gill has got inside the box. Their first goal.
It was near the edge of the box, that one.
Indeed. But beautiful little back heel from Grace Gill to set up Brittany Palumbi beautifully on the left side. Brittany Palumbi, 2 touches, is able to put the ball perfectly on the left foot, and a shot that unfortunately Isabel Davy can do nothing against.
It is unique when you're saying it's the first goal that didn't need to use power today, which is a testament to both sides' defensive displays today. I would say that you would need to put that much effort to get some of the first few ones on the scoreboard.
Indeed. Now Canberra Croatia seems like they got the game in hand with 25 minutes left. Canberra United Academy has got to take a little bit more risk to try and get the ball back in their favour. Otherwise, we'll be looking at Canberra Croatia with 4 wins and 4 gains. Gracefield trying to find Shaun Chow. Chow for Berkeley, who's got a lot of space in the midfield, and she's able to find Palumbi on the left side. Palumbi wants to combine with Krista Hagen, but Sasha Grove was here to get that ball. Now Tara Cannon, she doesn't have a lot of support. She's finding Grove. Grove has space. It's 4 against 4 for Canberra United Academy. Now 4 against 6 with the 2 midfield coming back. Kelly Taylor Young, on the right side. A good cross, but unfortunately Giddis or Christopherson can't control the ball well enough. Rhiannon Fensom. Good defense by Christopherson against Lara Agnew. She tries to stand back up and get the ball. And Krista Hagen is able to put that ball back in the throw-in. Tyler Hampson for Christopherson, but Sharon Chow was able to defend. And there's a free kick for Canberra Croatia in their own half. Just over 20 minutes left to play. Tyler Hampson tries to find Sasha Grove in the middle, but the Canberra Croatia midfield is just well in place and not a lot of space for Sasha Grove, unfortunately.
Got a few score updates from around the grounds. 2 of the matches are at half-time right now. Wagga City Wanderers have taken another goal back, so it's 3-1 at half-time there. Seems like there's only going to be even more goals in the second half over there.
We got a substitution here. Jamie Berkeley is coming out. And Jordan Ujdur coming in for Canberra Croatia.
And Tauranga United and Gungahlin are still 0-0 over at Gungahlin enclosed, and Belconnen and Woden is still 3-0 with about 30 minutes gone there. And the other 2 are at half-time. That's a very good effort from Tauranga United to keep Gungahlin 0-0 at half-time. They all hope to, if they can keep it like that, I think they would be happy with the draw.
Indeed. That would be an amazing result for Emma Stanbury's first game. Tara Cannon's control was a little bit too long, and Brittany Palumbi can get the ball back. She's using her right foot for once, and she can find Gracefield in the box. Gracefield, lucky little deflection, almost got past Isabel Davy, but Daisy Canavan was able to release that ball. I'm being a bit rough with Brittany Palumbi. She's got a beautiful goal with her right foot last week. She made sure that she ran to the stands and showed everyone that she'd scored from her right foot, though. Grace Gill with the ball on the left side. Good defense by McGrudden. Canberra United still trailing 2 goals. I don't see them coming back in the game, but we never know. We've seen Warren Watson coming back from 2-0 against Canberra United Academy, unfortunately, in the last 2 minutes. So there's hope for the academy today. Alice Churchill is trying to cross the ball for Jordan Ujdur, but Tyler Hampson was able to get that ball out.
Give it to Jordy. He's fresh. Go, Jordy.
Gracefield inherit the ball, giving it to Sharon Chow in the box. Sharon Chow could not shot from her left. And just for how the lineups are looking right now, Canberra Croatia has put Grace Gill and Gracefield in the midfield with Krista Hagen, Brittany Palumbi still on her left side, Jordan Ujdur, the new entrant, is on the right side, and Sharon Chow looked like she was playing in the center. Brittany Palumbi, who could go all the way into the box right now with a few good dribble, but now Canberra United with the transition, and we have Sasha Grove, Grace Gill chasing, Sasha Grove finds Hayley Taylor-Young trying her left foot, ball goes all the way to Alexandra Giddis. Giddis is able to eliminate Lanu, but Rhiannon Fenson is here and can clear that ball. Gracefield for Grace Gill. Excuse me. Gill can find Anu on the right side. The ball for Ujdur. Roden and Hampson able to clear that ball, but a throw in for Canberra Croatia. And another substitution, this time for Canberra United Academy. Nikita Perry will come in and replace Alexandra Giddis.
Seems like it seems like the best way to have utilised Sharon Chow in this match is to play her through the middle, which is interesting considering she's predominantly been a winger for her side, but considering the way Canberra United were pretty solid down that right-hand side, I think it's been a positive move so far for Nick Brosnich to make that move. She can use her speed, weave in and out of defenders. Like you said, utilise Grace Gill a little bit further back, set up the balls like she is right now.
And a beautiful pass for Sharon Chow, one-touch cross, and Daisy Canavan can go to the corner kick.
And as soon as I say that, Sharon Chow goes straight back out to the wing. Makes me look like a fool.
She does what she does best. She was at the right place at the right time and was able to bring the danger in the box. The corner kick will be shot by Krista Hagen. And look at Brittany Palumbi again, just outside the box, waiting for the ball potentially. It looks like that's going to go in the box though. It does. Bit hard to clear. Goes back to Brittany Palumbi. And she's trying herself from 30 meters, but unfortunately just wide of the goals. And Isabel Davey will try to kick that ball as fast as possible. Unfortunately, unlucky bounce, and Christopherson cannot prevent it from going out. Just over 50 minutes left here between Canberra Croatia and Canberra United Academy. 3-1 for Canberra Croatia. Grace Gill with 2 goals and Brittany Palumbi with 1 for Canberra Croatia. Daisy Canavan scored for Canberra United Academy. Great cross, and unfortunately Grace Gill was not able to score with her left foot. Ideal position for Grace Gill. She would want to take advantage of those ones. Krista Hagen trying to find Gill again. Can't control the ball, but he goes straight to Palumbi. The cross, and Grove can head it away, and the volley from Grace Gill right in the gloves of Isabel Davey, who unfortunately gives the ball back straight to Hagen, who try to lob her from 30 meters, but it's a goal kick for Canberra United Academy.
Just just having a quick look at the ladder. If Gungahlin and Tauranga stay 0-0, this would put Canberra Croatia on top of the ladder by 1 point, I believe.
Yeah, they'll be with four winning 4 games with 12 points, and right now Gungahlin has 10 points. So if they don't win, they won't.
And they still have the game in hand as well, Canberra Croatia.
Indeed. Who's there? The ball behind for Anu.
And United Academy would still stay in 4th because Olympic have the bye this week.
Exactly.
Correct? Yep. And Woden Western are currently down, still 3-0 to Belconnen United.
Throwing for Anu on the right side. Van Gracefield. Gracefield takes her time, give it to Ujdur. Ujdur for Chao. Chao back to Gracefield. And Daisy Canavan with no risk, just putting the ball out. Grace Gill bringing the ball to the box, trying to change for Alice Churchill, a little bit behind her, controller touched the hand, and it's a free kick, rightfully whistled by Scott Boone. Isabel Davey, try and kick that one as far as possible. Straight throwing for Alice Churchill. Could hear a bit of a contact there between, I think it's Krista Hagen who's staying on the floor a little bit against Nikita Perry. Alice Jensen, sorry, it was Alice Jensen with Krista Hagen. Krista Hagen hobbling a little bit, which is good with the ball right now. Another good combination, Chao for Gill, and Gill setting up Palumbi on the left side, but Alice Jensen covered well and did get the throw-in the end. Throwing a little bit too approximative, and unfortunately because I wasn't going to get the ball. And now the ball is for Canberra Croatia. And Alice Churchill, the experienced Alice Churchill, with the ball in her hands, trying to find Sharon Chow. She does. Chow for Palumbi. Palumbi 1-2 for Chow. Offside, unfortunately. Winning 3-1, but yet Canberra Croatia looks the more dangerous side with the more opportunities still.
Yeah, especially after that second goal. Especially once that second goal went in, it was just... Because it did look like Canberra United had the momentum straight after that first goal. Exactly. And it's easy to say just because they scored, but they did have it, for a certain amount of time. But once that second goal went in...
Deflated Canberra United, didn't it?
It certainly did.
Sasha Grove trying to bring her skills to the rescues, but Field was able to get that ball back. Palumbi with the ball that she's going to have to chase herself. She could eliminate Jensen, but Canavan was well in place and got the throw in. Canberra Croatia just progressing nicely on the left side, throwing after throwing. Churchill looking for Krista Hagen. Alice Jensen is here. Good defense by Brittany Palumbi, trying to get that ball back as early as possible, but unfortunately the second interception led straight to a goal kick for Canberra United Academy. Isabel Davey try and find Christopherson. She does. Alice Churchill was here. Field can find Brittany Palumbi. Brittany Palumbi in the box, trying herself for the left shot. I don't know if it was a shot or a very tense cross, but no one was able to put their foot into it, and he ended up just wide of the posts. Those goal kicks by Canberra United Academy are almost always just offering a straight opportunity for Canberra Croatia. They have to try and fight a bit more for that second ball if they can't get the first ball right. And once again, this time McGroden could get the ball back. Apologies, that was good. Taylor Young can't control that ball. Neither does McGroden. She fights well though to take it back from Grace Gill. Grace Gill gets the ball back from Perry's feet. Now Phantom for Anu. Anu looking for Ujdur down the right hand side. Annalise Grove coming to close in on the new entrant. Ujdur finds Chao just behind. Chao, good drag back to get into the box, but unfortunately our pass has not found Krista Hagen.
Well, despite the pass, beautiful skill to get into that position from Sharon Chow.
Alice Jensen has a bit of room on the right side right now. Grace Gill chasing him to close in. Jensen can find Christopherson. She's got a bit of pace. Christopherson, the one touch cross, unfortunately, right in Hinson gloves. Less than 10 minutes to play here at Dickens Stadium. Still 3-1 for Canberra Croatia. Yeah, good defense, good anticipation by Alice Jensen. Now Sasha Grove can find her sister Annalise. That's what I was saying earlier. Annalise is really good at usually doing those little runs, breaking the first line of defense and then trying to find the strikers. We have another substitution for Canberra Croatia. Brittany Palumbi, the third goal scorer, coming out. And Anna Mihalika coming in. Throwing is for Tyler Hampson. She finds Christopherson, but Ujdur can clear the ball back again.
Just under 10 minutes to play. Do you believe Canberra United can get another goal here, Jeremy, or is this their the end of the night for them?
I'll be on the hopeful side. I think that the game isn't over until the 3 whistles, and like I said earlier, unfortunately they've experienced it. How you can concede 2 goals in the last 2-3 minutes. Do I think it's likely? Not really, but we've seen a couple of crazy goals today. So you just need one to turn the tables around, get the momentum on your side, and to bring doubt into a team that thinks that they've won the game already.
And as Daisy Canavan proved before, they can score out of anywhere, just like Canberra Croatia can. Exactly. Seems to be the trope of NPLW at the moment. That
could be now. Look at Sasha Grove's long ball that Alice Churchill could not control, and Christopherson tried to cross it. Unfortunately for Canberra United, Croatia was able to clear that ball. First ball for Mihalika. Good pass to Gill. Gill trying to find Chow, and she does. Chow for Mihalika. Giving it to Krista Hagen. Krista Hagen turning around. There's a bit of space for Ujdur. She does find it. That's a great ball behind Tyler Hampson, who gets in the box for Jordan Ujdur. Not a lot of support, unfortunately. She's going to have to find Lara Anu behind her. Lara Anu, and good defense by Nikita Perry. Hayley Taylor-Young well closed in by McLaughlin. She's going to try and chase that ball. Nikita Perry trying for the long ball for Christopherson. Alice Churchill chasing. Christopherson avoids the throw-in, but gives the ball straight back to Hinson. That was a good run from Taylor Young right now, putting pressure on the goalkeeper, which allows Canberra United Academy to keep the ball, at least for a short while. Now Grace Gill just pausing the game a little bit. Grace Field for Krista Hagen, who's trying to find Mihalika behind Jensen, but the ball is out of bounds. Another change for Canberra United Academy. Alice Jensen's coming out.
You can see Scott, well, I'm sure the camera can pick it up, you'll see Scott O'Donnell giving instructions to his side when he has the chance now. He's looking to at least get another goal.
And I think it's Jaya Bowman coming in. It looks like Canberra United Academy is only playing with 3 behind right now. Being Annalise Grove in the middle with Tyler Hampson and Daisy Canavan with her. Jaya Bowman is playing a little bit higher up on the field next to Tara Cannon. And Sasha Grove is playing up front next to Hayley Taylor-Young. But the ball is in Canberra Croatia's feet with under 5 minutes left to play in the second half. All the way down back to Hinson, who's finding Anu on the right side. She's not pressed, she's got a bit of time. She found Ujdur. Good defense by Hampson and Grove. And now Meg Redden has the ball and she's got a bit of time. She's looking for Sasha Grove. She does find her. Sasha Grove could drag back to eliminate Fensom, but that pass for Christopherson is just a little bit behind the right winger. She does get the ball back though, and she gets a corner.
Well, you can see from Sasha there when she was trailing across goal, she was looking for the spaces. She was trying to. She thought, oh, maybe I can pop one here. Sort of stopped. Maybe I can pop one there. She did the right thing, switching it to the other side. Unfortunately, her teammate wasn't able to get to it. However, you could just see how she was trailing. She was looking for that shot.
Corner kick for Canberra United. Both 3 players are in the box. No one can clear that head. And now it's cleared. And Meg Rodden trying to get it from outside the box. Grace Field put her body in the way. Alice Churchill, sorry. He's the one to get the ball in her tummy. Another throw-in, and Meg Rodden has the ball again. Tara Cannon trying to change the ball. Good header by Anu. Only as far as Cannon. A little bit of a head shock right here between Jaya Bowman, the new entrant, and Alice Churchill, I think, who stays on the floor. Not Alice Churchill, sorry, it's Amy McLaughlin.
You can see immediately the coach is on. It's good to see that there. I mean, it has been, head injuries have been taken seriously for a while now, but it's good to see that still no one's being complacent in that regard. Good
reflex by Scott Boone, the referee, stopping the game straight away. It was not a shock head to head, but Anna Hunt, the striker for Canberra United Academy, has been out for a couple of weeks now due to a concussion because of a ball received in the head. So yeah, you're never too cautious with a head injury. Scott Boone will just go with a drop ball. For Canberra United Academy, apparently. Go at the ball and will keep possession of the ball. The last 2 minutes, Christopherson trying to cross straight in, but good clearance. Tara Cannon finding Hayley Taylor-Young. She's got Jaya Bowman. Perry for Taylor-Young. A shot from 25 meters, just wide, unfortunately. Good left shot by Hayley Taylor-Young, but we still won't see our first goal of the season.
All right, we have some score updates from around the grounds as we head into the last minute here at Deakin Stadium. Warren Western and Belconnen still half-time, 3-0 there to Belconnen. Gungahlin United have just gone up 1-0 over Tuggeranong United, and Wagga City Wanderers are now up 4-1 at home at Gissing Oval to the travelling Monaro Panthers. Beautiful clearance there from Canberra Croatia.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ball by Bowman. behind Alice Churchill for Sophia Christopherson, but great chase by Churchill, who did not let that ball go away in the last minute of regular time. Now, that was a very entertaining game, as we see one of the last corners of the game potentially. Tara Cannon trying to put it in. Whoa, the clearance missed by Fenzum, and the ball right straight on. So I think it was Bowman, indeed. Bowman was a header, unfortunately, just wide of the posts. What a performance for Nick Brozinic and Canberra Croatia. 4 wins in four games. And the first 2 games, he wasn't really happy with how they played, winning 1-0 and 4-3. But today they've really shown their experience and how they control the game, not giving a lot to Canberra United Academy, unfortunately, for the youngsters.
I mean, and in saying that, he wasn't happy with the performances. I'm sure he was still happy they were getting the wins, though, which is what he told me as well. However, he did say, like everyone has, with the COVID, and whatnot, a lot of teams started out a little shaky, and now you're really starting to. I'm actually more impressed with how quickly the teams have adapted, especially the ones that said they were a bit rusty in the first few games, like. Nick Brozinic said his side was a bit rusty in terms of the way they played, and there's more than a few sides over all the competitions, NPL 1, 2 and W, but I'm just impressed with the ones that have bounced back so quickly. With a 4-week turnaround, they've gone from rusty to being quite impressive, and that, like I said, that goes for a lot of teams, so well done.
Exactly.
Substitution here?
Yeah, last substitution of the game, it was Lara Agnew coming out, and Aisha Ratched coming in for Canberra Croatia. Yeah, and how many coaches would be happy to think their team is not playing as well as they want and get 6 points out of 2 games. But right now they're definitely installing themselves as one of the favourites, which we knew before, but they're showing a game against Canberra Olympic and now against Canberra United Academy, which will be contenders as well in the end. Winning those 2 games by both of them, I guess, by two goals difference, is really putting Canberra Croatia on the level of Belconnen and Gunga United, and those 2 games that they still have to play will be really, really interesting games to follow on Bar TV Sports as usual.
As we are in stoppage time now, over at Gissing Oval, it is now 5-1 to Wagga City Wanderers.
Wow.
Over Monaro.
Great performance by the Wanderers. If they're not... If Monaro is not coming back from that, that'll be the first win for Wagga City Wanderers. Their first points from the season as well. Sam Gray will be happy with this, the Scotsman.
And like you said, it was a matter of time coming for Wagga City Wanderers in terms of getting some points on the board, considering they're putting in some good performances. And they've got a good project going down there, and not just in the women's as well, also in NPL 2. They've been very impressive. So they've got a good project in general over at the Wagga City Wanderers.
Another chase down by Alice Churchill, who doesn't let Sophia Christopherson get the ball. Now the Haley Taylor-Young trying to bring danger in the box, but unfortunately for Canberra United Academy, McLaughlin was here and cleared that ball again. The Academy with now still 7 points in 5 games now. 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. Scott O'Donnell's team has shown, and unfortunately against the stronger team, it's hard for them to get the points. It's going to be a complicated game for them again next week against Canberra Olympic, which we'll be commenting again, you and me, Matt.
I'm looking forward to that one as well. There should be another cracking matchup. A very good performance here from Canberra Croatia. And in saying that, though, Canberra United Academy did find it difficult, but they did have their moments. And in saying that, the goals from Canberra Croatia were out of this world, outside the box. So it's not like they didn't keep their shape. Exactly. So either way, they're very strong performance again from Canberra Croatia. 4 from 4, I believe you said. Exactly,
4 from 4. As Scott Boone as we saw the end of the game, 3-1 for Canberra Croatia. 2 goals for Grace Gill, a goal for Brittany Palumbi, and Daisy Canavan score for Canberra United Academy. Thank you for being with us today again. Thank you, Matt, for the afternoon.
No, thank you, Jeremy. It's great to be back, and I look forward to doing this all again next week.
Exactly. Saturday and Sunday, 2 games next week. Have a good one.